Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Here's another fairly rare air battle for you all. So today, January 5th of 2017, the World War II Chronicles event was Domination on Mozdok, but it's supposed to be Sicily. It's a battle in Sicily, so as today was day 2 of this of day 7, or event stage number 7 rather. I had already gotten the tank event done yesterday, so I decided to just knock in here real quick and do the air event. Because one of my favorite planes, the BF-109 G-6, was available, so decided what ammo to bring, whether to bring the 20mm pods or the 30mm pods. Decided with 3 spawns available, 30mm pods is the way to go. Big, big death cannons. That's the way to be. So as we spawn in here, and you can tell it's been such a long time since I've flown my 109 G6 for any meaningful amount of time. It still has my very old original personal emblem on there, which was orange circles over the top of whatever nation's roundels there were. I can't even remember the last time I used that before I switched over to the Dutch symbol with the number 4 in it. But as I'm diving in here, zoom in to see what I got, and here's an A-20 coming in as he comes right almost head on at me and then realizes what a bad idea it is. Takes quite a few of my 30 mils, and then right behind him is a second A-20 coming in. I will gladly take on the second A-20 head on. Take a pretty fair amount of damage from his nose mounted 20 mils here, but I don't care. Because like I said, with 3 spawns, what's the difference really? Trying to turn around and catch back up to him. I thought he was going in right here, but he does manage to get his bombs off, and I'm pretty sure that he broke his wings trying to pull up too hard from all the wing damage that I did. Got pretty decent damage. I tried to pull up hard and get a snapshot on that P-38 there. Didn't quite have the performance to do it. Pretty good damage on the engine there. Trying to roll back around and come in after, see if I can spot another target here. And this P-38 comes in, as I'm trying to climb up, I take a hit right through the engine from an M4 Sherman. A single hit finishes the engine off, so good lucky shooting there. Ghost toast in the M4. That was pretty funny. My plane was going in anyway. It was losing power, but he put a hit into the engine, which actually blacked the engine out. Pretty funny. So 2 kills and a pretty significant score for the very first spawn in with the 109 G6. And you get 3 in this event, so it's pretty hard to beat. Team's actually still in the battle at this point, which is good. The Allies have been winning this event pretty handily from most of what I've been seeing. This was actually the first time I even played the event tonight as well. Now when an A-20 pulls up in front of you like that and gives you a nice big turning profile, boy, it's really hard to ignore that, especially when you're rocking 30 mil Mine and Geschoss bomber killing rounds. Didn't kill him outright, but knocked out his ailerons and set him on fire. And there will be quite a few Discord beeps going on through this because I had Discord started, wasn't really planning on doing anything with it, and then wasn't planning on doing anything with War Thunder rather. Got Discord, had left Discord open, and there's that A-20 that I had set on fire. Now I was pretty proud of this, although I didn't quite get him in time to save my threatened buddy here. Ping jumped a little bit, but ran out of cannons and wasn't quite fast enough to save my buddy, but was able to put a pretty good critical hit with the machine guns in on the P-51 there. Unfortunately, it didn't save my teammate who was under fire, but turning and trying to dive away, thought I had him finished off there. There goes the P-51 that I had shot up. Was pretty sure he was done because I had shot out his cooling and critted him a little more. Tried to get in behind this other A-20. Honestly thought he was going to hit the ground here. Put some few shots in on him, and he broke his wing on a tree as I was hitting him, so it gave me kill credit for that. Pretty cheap kill, I know, but... Now remember that Cannon P-51 that I had shot out his cooling? Well, he wasn't quite dead. He put me on fire there. And as I'm trying to pull around and get some more rounds in on another A-20 who crashes again, the P-51 gets a kill on me. And then, watch in the background here, he's got his flaps all the way down. As I'm getting ready to spawn again, keep an eye on him in the background there. He is losing engine power quickly. He's got his gear down and his flaps all the way down. And there he goes. He went in. So, there's kill number 5. For 2 deaths so far. I am certain I had never had more than 3 air kills in a battle, in a realistic battle. I don't know about arcade, because I stopped playing arcade forever ago, and honestly, I don't know how many kills I might have ever had. Now, I know for certain that I had more than 3 kills flying as a bomber and getting gunner kills with people, and some of my B-25, for instance, where I could get forward gun kills and tail gunner kills as well. But I'm certain I'd never had more than 3 in a fighter battle before in realistic. And I know this is kind of cheap realistic because it's the event. It's the tanks event and you can start in planes, but realistic battle is realistic battle. So as I'm pulling up on behind this guy, very similar situation to the first one, and actually the same 109 this time. I did actually save him this time, so. But the same pilot in 109 being pulled up into by a P-51. At least this time our guy wasn't being chased and was coming down at him. He did take some pretty serious damage himself. Looks like his water is all spilling out, but at least I shot the P-51 off of him that was going to kill him. And Ivarno, if you actually watch this video, you have no one to blame but yourself for all the Discord pings, because they were all the messages that you and I were having. All you, buddy. Almost pulled off shots on him, not quite. Just trying to protect our Ju-87 here, basically. And decide, well, maybe one on the target is slightly more important than the other. I was particularly proud of this shooting. Missed him a little at the beginning, but was able to adjust and pull up into him. Take him off the Ju-87 that he was firing at. Now I'm out of ammunition here, so I'm going to turn around and head for home. Get low and fast as quickly as I can. The battle's essentially lost at this point. It's not totally over, but there are just about no friendlies left on the ground. Now, that's the other thing. For all the success I had in this battle, it still would have been better if we'd have won. But I was being selfish, and I was playing for my pilot. I was playing for the pilot event, not for the team here. So I take full responsibility for not playing as a particular teammate. So up till now, I've got 7 air kills for 2 deaths, which I thought was crazy, and I screenshot it because I thought, well, that's that. I'm going to go back here and land, and that'll be the end of the battle. Honestly thought, well, that's the end of the scoring there, but still, I was so happy I couldn't believe it. I just never had that sort of a air kill total in any fighter I've ever flown. I'm just not a good fighter pilot. Particularly when I first started out playing War Thunder and was flying, I was, and still partially am, a very dedicated joystick user. I still use my joystick whenever I'm trying to bomb. It's a lot easier to keep the aircraft under control and then aim and look around with mouse or the hat switches than it is when you're mouse aiming. Especially mouse and keyboard controls when trying to bomb, it just doesn't work well for me at all. I do so much better with fine control in steering and such with my joystick. And yes, those are all still Discord sounds coming in from my Discord, not yours. You may have them at the same time, but you're definitely hearing ones that were recorded from mine. I didn't want to go back and redo this battle from the replay either. Thought for a moment I might be slow enough to put it down on the runway and bring it to a stop, but then ultimately decided Might as well just speed it up a little bit, take it around, and bring it in and land it facing the other, coming back in the other direction. So that is what I did. Cut the engine, drop the gear, drop the flaps. Bring her in. Honestly, at one point I thought I was going to smash it into the ground here when it overcorrected a little, overrolled a little bit, and I thought I was going to pancake it in, but the flaps are really good on the G series, so it wasn't as bad as I thought. Now I can see a dot off in the distance coming in. Right there, just over the horizon. And I'm trying to get my 109's nose lined up to where potentially this enemy fighter is going to pull up, is going to overfly right over me, and maybe I'll be able to fire my guns up into the sky and hopefully hit him. But as, for whatever reason, the instructor is ruddering here, and it spins the plane around and takes my nose completely pointed away. Although AAA totally took out the P-51 before anything could happen, and the P-38, I believe, was firing at our guy who had just reset back to the start time-lapse there. But I'm not sure, because as I turned around. So I'm just going to sit here and try to get reloaded and hope that the AAA does its job while I'm repairing and rearming. And I'm not sure if he meant move because he thought he was going to crash into me, or move as in get up and get airborne before the P-38 comes back, but either way, didn't really matter. Now, I knew the P-38 was going to be coming in from behind me, but he is in a lot of trouble and shot pretty well, so I decide, well, the AAA is going to protect me. I'm taking off. And there's another plane coming off in the distance I can see. Another dot just over the second horizon there. Thought for sure I was going to ground out the propeller there and break the engine and it was going to be all done, but somehow she held on. As I overfly my unfortunately crashed ally here. Line up on the final plane coming in and realize maybe my killing is not done for the battle. So I'd gotten used to the 30 mil drop a little bit here and started aiming just a little bit higher with these. Take him out and then take a pretty good hit from his fuselage remains onto my right wing, but the plane was still flyable and controllable, so right at the end of the battle I pull off my 8th and final kill. So Mission Maker, very nice. A whole bunch of awards for this one. Definitely the best fighter pilot battle I've ever had. And if only we'd won, the payout would have been even better. But what can you do? Unlocked a camo even. So you can see the scores here: 8 kills, 7 criticals, 21 hits, 98% battle activity. Top of the scoreboard, of course, 5,800 score. There's all the kills I got: an A-20, an A-20, an A-20, a P-51, an A-20, a P-51, a P-51, a P-51, and an A-36. I think that was all of them. And here are some of the awards, but not even all of them. I didn't even get a picture of all of them. And that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I thought it was pretty funny. Certainly wasn't a realistic battle, but it was good enough for me. So don't forget to check out all the social media links in the description, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.